are you? I am great. So the reason for pressing play, I need to calm down. I just need to like just chill out for a second. And that's why you're watching these videos, to watch me drink. So I said, okay, there's a few things I want to mention. First things first, the reason why I'm rushing and the reason why I'm talking like this is because, and by this I mean quite fast. Let's not run that lady over, not today, she hasn't done anything wrong to me. Is because I am supposed to be meeting my brother in 15 minutes and I'm about 25 minutes away at a push, 30 in this car. I really need to stop slagging my car off. Although I did go, I wasn't going to tell you this, I went car shopping with my dad last week and I'm pretty certain of the car that I have chosen. So that's exciting. The reason why I decided to press play, aside from asking you all how everything is and how life is, your end, because I am a considerate individual. I feel that those people that say that, oh, I'm considerate or I'm a nice guy, aren't considerate and aren't nice people. So perhaps I'm not considerate. Anyway, I'm rambling. Oh, the skyline looks really pretty. I'm still rambling. Yes, so the reason why I decided to press play, like I said, although I haven't got to the point yet, is because yesterday I got given the all clear, which is great news. I was supposed to hear last Friday and they didn't contact me at all, and then I called up on Monday and I was like, why haven't you contacted me? And there was nobody in on the Monday with the exception of the doctor who I've been assigned to, essentially his secretary, and yeah, she was like, there's no one in and I'm not able to get you an answer until tomorrow. And before she put the phone down, or before we put the phone down, I explained that, you know, I would be comfortable hearing the result over the phone, and I don't think it's particularly acceptable at that, because at that moment in time I was having, I think I had waited 11-12 days for the result, which I think is quite a long time for any result, let alone a result that could, you know, impact the rest of your life. And I explained that, and I said, you know, 11-12 days is a long time to wait, and she agreed. And I said, because she said to me, oh, but you had an appointment on the 8th, and I was like, well, no, I didn't. And she was like, oh yeah, you did, it's in our records. I was like, well, I wasn't informed about that. So the very nature of an appointment is that both parties are familiar or are aware that the appointment is going to take place. And she was like, oh yeah, I can see that you weren't notified. So, well, I didn't have an appointment then. Because I said, because I've waited such a long time, I'm quite comfortable to have the result over the phone. She said, we don't do that. And I said, yeah, but if I'm comfortable in having that and it's my result, then is that not something that you would, you know, reconsider? And she said, yeah, but that's not our policy. We've always done things a particular way and we don't plan on changing them. And I just said, well, if you could notify the doctor that I would be happy to receive that result, or a result, regardless of the outcome, then I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, long story short, the results came back absolutely fine, no problems. She thought that perhaps I would need to have assessments every 6 months to a year's time, but she would explain that all in the letter. So I haven't received that letter yet, but I'm feeling pretty good about things. And I know this is probably going to sound really melodramatic and completely and utterly unnecessary, but for about 4 or 5 weeks of my life I haven't planned anything, and I haven't planned anything because I thought I was a goner. Like, that's not the reason why I didn't plan things. I didn't plan it because I just didn't know where I would be, and the idea of, you know, like, in an ideal world I would like to go travelling in the foreseeable future or work on my career, and to work on my career I might need to, you know, travel around a bit, or, you know, pursue perhaps different career paths. And because all of those sorts of conversations, and bear in mind that they would have been internal conversations anyway, but all of those thought processes at least had been put on hold, because ultimately if it had been a different result, then potentially I would have needed to stay in Bournemouth for, yeah, ideal, cool, cheers for that. I don't know why someone was beeping at me when someone just like pulled out in front of me. Not cool. It's quite nice to be able to plan things again, and bear in mind that I've only had 2 days to plan stuff. I've gone a bit mental. I'm just coming up with all of these suggestions as to what I can do with my life, because whilst I like recording and whilst I love my social life, and I do have to be quite careful here because I don't really know who will watch these videos, but there's some areas of my life that I am not happy with, and I know that I have the power to change that, and I'm not sure whether I want to stay in Bournemouth for the time being. I think Bournemouth will be a place that I will perhaps, in fact I think it's inevitable that I will inevitably return to. The big hang up that I have with leaving Bournemouth at the moment is that, well, there's two things. One, I have some amazing friends down here, and second reason, which is kind of tied up in the first reason, is that I love climbing. I love climbing so much, and I've only been doing it for like a year, a little over a year now, and I feel like for the first time I'm actually finally getting good at it. And the idea of moving away from my climbing friends and moving away from the climbing wall, that sucks. But I suppose that's all the part of growing up, isn't it? And I need to find my own path, and if there isn't a path down here, then I need to create another one. So yeah, I know that I'm being quite cryptic, although not really. I think I've perhaps said far too much than what I should have done, but never mind. So that is it really. I don't know whether you can see, yeah you can see. Can you see like all of these spots? And I don't really know why my skin is, well actually I do know why my skin's breaking out. My skin is breaking out because I've been fucking stressed out. I've been so stressed out. So I don't think I explained what I'm doing tonight. I am going to see Micky Flanagan. There's a story here. So when I was with my boyfriend, I found out that he loves Micky Flanagan. So I decided that we were gonna go. And then we broke up, and then I always had these tickets to go and see Micky Flanagan. Anyway, I put them up for sale, and I found out this morning that they had sold. And I literally looked at my email and I was really sad, and I was at the hospital because I was getting my eyes checked. I'll explain that in another video. I was going to explain it then, but no, it's boring. So stay tuned for a boring story about my eyes. You're welcome. So yeah, I literally, like, I saw the email, I had a bit of a cry in the hospital. Not that late. Success. And in fact, I'm a minute early, although I haven't parked yet. So, oh, just scratched my leg. And so yeah, I received this email to say that they had sold, and told whoever I needed to tell. And I received a telephone call from my dad, and my dad hardly ever calls me. So I pick up the phone, I'm like, hey, how are you? How's everything going? He said, oh, actually, Christian, I just bit my own tongue. He said, oh, Christian wants to talk to you. I was like, okay, cool. So he picked, so I was like, you right, Christian? He was like, yeah, what have you done with those tickets? And I was like, oh, Christian, they've just sold. Oh, well, that's good. Do you fancy going to see Micky Flanagan tonight in Bournemouth? Because I've literally just bought us tickets. I was like, oh my God, yes. So that's my story. I've lost money on the Micky Flanagan tickets in London. I've lost like over £100, but it's fine. And then of course I'm paying more money to go and see him tonight. So I've paid a ridiculous amount of money to go and see Micky Flanagan, but it's gonna be extraordinary. It's gonna be so good. And I hardly ever spend time with just my brother and I. In fact, I can't even remember the last time that we did it. Maybe a couple of years ago when we went out for a drink. But it's been a long time. So I'm pleased that we're doing this. So I said to him, I'm gonna meet you at 7:30, and it's 7:31, and I sense that there will be parking spaces around here. There should be, there always is, always, she says, not very confidently. Oh, no, there is. I can feel it, I'm feeling my bones. No parking spaces, none. This is this is really boring content for you, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, I just thought I would say hello and that I've been given the all clear and I should be back to work very soon. And I'm gonna try and get into this oh, it is, no, I can't get in that. Can I? No, my car doesn't even. Right, I'm gonna go and try and find a parking space. But have the most amazing week, and I will speak to you later. Bye.